Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea. Hi, Chili.
Hey, Auntie. Oh, baby, we are parched. We've
Yeah.
been parched. Hey, Will.
Oh, in the room. Oh, let me refresh because I don't see him.
Yeah, he
Oh, now
came
I
up.
do. I see him and Quinn. Hey, y'all. And
Auntie.
today is Monday, October 28th. And again, I always like to shout out to the people who aren't listening live but are listening at a later time. Y'all are appreciated also. So thank you for listening to me run my mouth. And we're going to be getting started in the next couple of minutes. Hi, my favorite Taurus and my other favorite Libra. Let me put Sherry Show's link.
Hi, Quinn.
SherryShowTV.com. So yeah, and I definitely try. I was searching trying to find some good tea today, and I think I found some. But the news was pretty much dominated by Trump's rally.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like that was all they could talk about, child.
Well, it was so egregious, which I'm glad it was because hopefully this is pushing more and more people to vote against him with all the trash that was said at that rally.
Hmm.
We can dream.
Yes, we can, child.
Before we get started, I actually went to Beaumont this weekend, even though my cousin went, her husband was home, my actual cousin, but she was in New Orleans with her son. He's a star patient. He was extubated the next morning after the surgery, taken off the ventilator, eating dinner,
Yay!
eating dinner by that night. They say he's doing wonderfully. The liver's working well, and he's doing fine.
Oh, I love to hear it. Oh, thank goodness.
Yep, he's really doing well. So,
And I told my godmom about it earlier today. Cause and pretty much thanking her and her prayer line for sending up the prayers for him.
oh, thank you, Auntie.
Absolutely. I'm just happy to hear it. Now, and how long is he gonna? Because I know his behind itching to get ready to get back to work. He better sit his behind down and chill out for a minute.
Well, he's got to stay probably in the hospital. Maybe they said up to a week after the surgery, and then they have apartments. You have to go there for 4 to 6 weeks for them to observe you because you're stitching together blood vessels, which is not the same as tissue. So you have to definitely keep an eye on the patient during that time. Everything's so fresh. So they send him to an apartment where they can, check on him, make sure he gets up, walks around and do blood work and just, make sure they're okay. So that's anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks,
Oh, good.
which is right, next to the hospital. So I don't even think he'll stay in there a week at this point as well as he's doing. I'm expecting probably another 3 days or so, and he'll go on to the apartment and start his rehabilitation there. But he has an office job. He's the director over this. It's sort of like an assisted living kind of over 55, you know, place.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do have some like nursing home component there or something. I'm not sure, but he's the director there, so he's not. He doesn't have a physical job, you know. So, yeah.
Well, shout out to him. I'm gonna call him my play cousin, and shout out to my play cousin. And I'm so happy to hear. And I'm wishing you a speedy recovery,
Well, thank you.
even faster than it's already being now.
Yeah, yeah. The doctors are amazed that he's doing so well. Fortunately, he just wasn't sick that long. He was healthy before this happened, so it came on so quickly. He didn't have time to really deteriorate physically, like some people would be in that position. So he was actually fairly healthy, and it happened quickly, and he got his liver quickly. So I think that's the main reason he's doing, so well now. Because the liver just, is already functioning well. So yeah, but unfortunately, a life was lost to give a life. That's the circle of life.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the charity. Let's go ahead and get her out of the way. And she had a pretty good show today. And I'm gonna share what she was wearing. She had on this really cute Easter Sunday dress.
Not Easter Sunday.
Oh yes, honey, it was really giving Easter, but it looked cute on her. And I'm
Oh,
sharing. I just shared a photo, and you see what I'm talking about. That is very Easter.
mm, you say
Pastel.
that look
Oh,
cute. You say that look cute on her.
I thought it did.
Mm, mm, mm,
Well,
mm,
clearly my cohorts do not agree,
mm, mm, mm.
especially with these tomatoes, honey.
Well,
But
maybe if it was tea length, but not no. And the gold, no, no, Auntie, no. Okay.
well, I guess I'm outvoted. The outfit is a no, Sherry. And she started off by saying that she was binge watching The Mayor of Kingstown. Are you all familiar with that show?
Mm-mm.
So it comes on Paramount Plus, and the only reason I know about it is because my uncle is a huge fan of it, and he swears by it. And he was telling me how because when I was up in Charlotte, he was telling me how he was glad I put my Paramount information in his TV
Mm-hmm.
because he was able to watch it. He was like, I don't know who account this is, but I just been clicking. So, but he swore he was telling me that I need to watch it. So I said, okay, because I like Jeremy Renner.
Okay.
So I said I'll check it out one of these days. But everybody who watches it, they swear by it. They say it is a damn good show.
You watch it, Quinn? She was giving the thumbs up.
Hmm. So then she made a comment about how like because she said like Friday night she was binge watching till about 2 or 3 in the morning. It already takes her a while to wind down.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Okay.
was like, I can't do that no more. That's a young people game.
Well, Quinn has requested the mic. Do you watch it, ma'am?
Not intentionally. I tried one time.
Okay.
I was liking it because I was like, I've heard of it. I was trying to say that I heard of it. Um, but no, I tried to watch it. I think once or twice, and yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe it's one of those ones that I just gotta let play in the back, be real bored and like let play in the background and it'll draw me in. But no,
Okay.
even though I can see how it could be good, it hasn't captured me personally.
Okay.
But shout out to Unc though for like loving it, liking it.
Yeah, and when it comes to shows that has like especially white male leads, like someone actually has to tell me, oh, this show is good for me to want to watch it. Because I definitely wouldn't watch it on my own. Even though I love Jeremy Renner, I just feel like we got too much content with white male leads, and they all usually start the same and end the same way.
Well, when you said Mayor of Kingstown, I assumed it would be. Uh, I did the assumption. But, okay.
I don't even know what a Kingstown is, or where it's located, but okay.
Isn't that in Jamaica?
Is it? I don't.
It,
Let me Google that real quick. Let me see.
It's Kingston,
Ooh,
Jamaica.
I'm telling Marcia.
oh,
Ooh.
oh, so this is Kingstown, not Kingston.
Yo, it's right, and
Oh,
it says Kingstown, Michigan, is where this takes place.
uh, oh, uh, we're on another continent. Okay.
We're in America.
Look, and Marcia won't care because she's from Spanish Town anyway.
Okay, I was
This
assuming it
me
was
on. This me on.
King.
And
Kingstown.
then Sherry went on to talk about that singer Loomis, who was she messed up. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see it, but that she messed up the national anthem live and cursed on live TV.
Who
Oh
is Loomis?
no, never heard of.
Exactly. Go ahead, Will.
Was she actually singing?
She was not.
Mm.
But again, who is Loomis?
Exactly. I just found out who this girl was today. I'm not
Is she
familiar.
um? What's her back? What's her ethnic background?
She looks like she might be mixed race, black and white, but I don't want to assume anything.
Mm.
Let me find.
What
I'll find a picture for y'all.
what event was she singing for? Baseball or?
No, it was some kind of a debate. I don't know who was debating, but let me see. I'm sharing the link for y'all right now.
Not a
She
president.
over here trying to get in the political ring, singing the national anthem and can't sing it. That's crazy.
Exactly. I just
It's
feel like there
real
were too many
un-American.
singers.
Must have been for Trump.
Ooh, you don't have to be very qualified. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he couldn't find anybody worthy, so he came up with this, whoever this is.
I guess Chrisette was busy. I
War
don't
and
even know who this girl is.
start again. Oh,
So
I ain't
according
never
to
seen this lady a day in my life.
so according to our Spotify monthly listeners, nobody else knows who she is either because it's only 2,200 monthly listeners, and that's
I
probably all
know
from the past couple of weeks. So God bless her though.
That was probably people trying to figure out who she was.
who she was.
Ex-
Not
Yep,
20.
and it's funny that you say that, Will, because Sherry actually did mention that because after this mishap, her follower count went up on Instagram and stuff. So we about to know who she is now.
I'm
She's
You
gonna
know,
a very
figure
pretty
her
girl.
out.
Very pretty girl. I just hope that she finds her actual calling. And
Please let us not know who she is. I don't want to know.
yeah,
Wow.
girl, you can go sell some insurance or something, honey. You ain't gotta sing.
And this outfit she's wearing is giving. What is it giving, Will? Come on.
I, I think it's giving speechless because Will can't even say.
I have nothing nice to say. So
Okay.
And then Sherry went on to talk about Dwayne Wade's
Hello.
statue. So you saw that Dwayne with the Miami Heat done gave him a statue that don't look anything like him. And Sherry said it actually looks like Lawrence Fishburne.
That statue is egregious. Like, really?
Could y'all hear me? Cause I really am.
I
I'm
heard you
sick and
say
tired of
hello.
being. Okay. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Cause every time I get in here and I'm trying to talk,
You
it'd be
lose
like, oh
sound.
no, okay. I see y'all talking and I can't hear it, and then I'm like, oh well, technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that statue was a shack.
What statue? Oh, Dwayne
Anyway,
Wade.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so from my homegirl, who's from the city, she said apparently the other tea is that he had like input on the production of that statue. So like it wasn't like it was just shown to him. Then like apparently he was a part of like the construction of it. So how did it change like significantly
Was he high?
from when you were, huh?
Was he high or something? What
Shit, them rich folks, they be doing all kinds of things. And it's
but it,
wintertime too. I
but it looks
mean,
nothing like him. Like, how could they say that? That he had input?
listen, you know how they be saying you look different to yourself in the mirror than you look to other people, or you don't look like yourself to other people. Maybe he didn't look like himself that day. I don't know. But Jesus be offense.
Or maybe when he looks in the mirror, he sees Lawrence Fishburne. So you never know.
Yeah,
You might be, that could absolutely be right.
the statue is very much giving Madame Tussauds of St. Louis, Missouri. It's just not very good.
And listen, Madame Tussauds, no, Madame Tussauds, I feel like would have did a better job. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
crazy.
And then that was pretty much it for her hot topic segment. And so this week she announced her real good time giveaway. So she's actually going to be sending people to Jamaica. Oddly enough, so you can win a trip for four to a beaches resort in Jamaica. So if y'all want to click slide number 2 to go to share website and click where it says real good time giveaway and put in the word of the day. And the word of the day today is cabana. So I just put it in the chat.
This how then does she when does she like choose winners? When did they find out they won?
I think she chooses them like at the end of the week or something because she had one lady in the audience today who won one of the trips.
Hmm.
So I don't know when they announced it. I never got an email. I want to win one.
Exactly. Because for me, I'd be like, I'm gonna apply for this today, but I'm gonna need the results the same day, not 5 days from now, because I'm not gonna remember.
Well, she gives a trip away every week, so I'm assuming you would know in a week's time. You
Yeah.
know, whatever. You put the
But
link in.
yeah, it's slide number 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm still over here confused about this Loomis girl.
And the
That's
word
all I see.
cabana.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Go
Yeah, I
get
might
your
check
groove
her
back.
out. I might just see like what she working with. If she can actually is she at least a good studio singer?
No.
Oh, well there you have it.
You check
The
out some of
little
the music.
the
You,
little part of the interview from that link that I saw, it was basically like she said she got super nervous or something. Now, how you call yourself want to be a professional singer and out here trying to get people to get to stream you and whatnot and have supporters and you over here nervous? Be fucking for real. Because I know little kids who got more stage presence and be nervous as hell but can still pull it together.
you know, with that voice, I'd be nervous too.
Ooh, hello.
Where did she come? What debate was it, Will, that she sang at?
Oh, let me
Because
see.
I can't even recognize these people in the background. Somebody with blonde hair. And what she got on?
That's what I said.
Oh, it's for the. Oh, now it makes a lot more sense because the debate was for the independent candidates.
Ah.
Yeah.
The
So that's
unknown
Jill Stein. Jill Stein is blonde.
and RFK and somebody else I never even heard of. I saw somebody voted
Wait,
like,
I
who?
thought RFK was supporting that man.
Well, I think he's on the ballot still in some places.
Jill Stein blonde. I can't remember. I felt like she was at the Bitcoin conference, but I don't remember her being blonde like that.
No, I
But I
thought
still
when I saw her, she had white hair.
okay. So that's got to be Jill Stein. But I'm still just confusion. I really am just real confusion about what this girl got on though. Like this is all I see is this little clip of her outfit, and I'm just real. It's giving like 80s, 90s.
I was gonna say
Baby,
that
you at
he
a
want it back, whatever.
okay, but no, I mean they might not want like it might be fly somewhere else, but I don't think it's like appropriate for you to be singing the national anthem
Mm-mm.
at a political debate. That's crazy. Did nobody check you before? You know, there was no. Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
because
just be quiet.
they were probably offering the rate that she was going for, which is not much. So they had to
But
take what they could get.
But even still, if you're getting what you can get, you getting exposure. You still like there's still a
Well,
see
yeah,
clearly they're not. There still should be a standard, and clearly they not candidates to be taken seriously anyway. Because ain't no way,
he
Exactly.
would look better
Miss
in a pair of
Mamas.
slacks and just a blouse rather than what she's wearing.
Exactly. She came urban to
Mm.
something that should have been at least business casual. That's crazy.
She looks like an extra from That So Raven, bless her heart.
Damn.
Oh, y'all roasting the poor child. What's up, Chris?
She'll be all right. She knew what she was doing. She wanted us to talk about her. So I mean. Let's give them something to talk about. Head ass.
Y'all stop for y'all make her nervous.
Oh my gosh.
So that was pretty much it for Sherry's hot topics. And so the guest that she had on there, and it was actually a really, really good interview. She had Kathy Griffin on there.
Okay.
I'm gonna share a picture. And Kathy Griffin reminded us that her and Sherry worked together on that show Suddenly Susan. And I actually remember that show from back in the day. But did y'all know that Kathy Griffin was one of only four women who won a Grammy for a comedy album?
No.
I sure
Yep.
did. Yep.
And she was saying how when they were working together on Suddenly Susan, like they just kind of reminisced about the good times they had. Sherry was really excited to be on that show, and they were actually filming right across the street from Friends. But what I didn't know, Sherry said that Kathy Griffin, her style of storytelling on stage, like her style of comedy, actually inspired Sherry's stand up with the storytelling and stuff like that. So Kathy is on tour now, and her tour is called My Life on the PTSD List.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually just broke Joan Rivers' record by performing her sixth show at at Carnegie Hall. I can't. That's a tongue twister. Carnegie Hall. Excuse me. So yeah, but she was talking about how like if anybody was canceled, because I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think it's a thing. But if anybody was canceled, it was definitely Kathy Griffin after that infamous photo of
Yeah,
her
with her
holding.
on his head.
Hmm
Yeah.
And she was talking
She's
about how
coming back.
all those lists that yep, she's coming and she's doing a tour. But she must be doing like a bus tour or whatever because she can't fly. She's still on the no fly list and still on the international fly list, no fly list as well.
Oh.
How she got over there?
You said how she got on there
Yeah.
for
What?
because they made it. I forgot what word they used, but they treated her like she was treasonous by acting as if she was going to kill the president and holding his head because of that famous
Oh,
picture.
for the little. Oh, damn, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They squashed her pretty good after that.
Yep. And she was talking about how she even lost like 75% of her friendships. Even like her friends was like, no, girl, I can't rock with that.
It
So,
was
Yeah,
shocking.
guilty by association is real, and ain't no way. The way I love to be in the air, baby, no.
hmm that's why I
Don't set
always
me.
say, if you want to beat my ass, find me at the airport because that's gonna be the only place I'm not
uh,
gonna fight back.
Listen, but I guarantee I'll be in somebody's security. Quit playing with me.
hmm
Welcome, Marcia.
And then the last thing that was on shit, because after this, she had like a bunch of filler stuff where they were doing like contests for the audience, pretty much stuff I don't really care about. But they actually had are y'all familiar with the restaurant Slutty Vegan?
Yes.
Yes,
So
good
they had
ass food.
I've never had it, but I want to try it so bad. I heard it was really good. But they had the
Yeah.
owner, Pinky Cole, on there, pretty much sharing her story as an entrepreneur.
I love Pinky, and she be doing the most for the culture.
Baby, and I'm glad you said that, Quinn, because does she do the most for the culture? Does for other black business owners too. Because today on
Hmm.
Sherry's show, there's a really famous cake spot in Harlem called Make My Cake. I'm very familiar with them. They actually did a birthday cake for one of my mom's birthday parties a few years back. And then when I was in Harlem, like before I even moved to New York, I fell in love with Harlem because that's where a lot of my mom, she worked there a lot of years in her career after moving to New York. So I'm very familiar with Make My Cake. And they were actually going through some business troubles, like at risk of being shut down. So what Pinky did, she donated a total of $10,000 from her Pinky Cole Foundation. She donated to Make My Cake. In addition to that, she also gave her a free publicist for 1 month to help her get her business back up.
Oh,
And that's exactly what she
giving
does.
back.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's known for, especially for black women.
Beautiful.
So you better work, Pinky. When she was talking though, she I don't know if it's just me, but she kind of reminded me a lot of Nina Turner.
Mm.
She did. She was up in there preaching and everything. She was telling the lady from Make My Cake. She was like, God got a plan for you. Right? I said, I know that's right, girl.
That's beautiful.
It
So it
was.
probably helped her on her journey, and she's giving back. I love that. I don't believe in veganism, but okay, girl.
And one of
But
them
I'm gonna
days
tell
I'm
you,
gonna go try a burger.
listen,
I,
I'm gonna tell you now.
it's
I
okay to
don't
try,
believe.
not as a
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Oh yeah, I don't believe in it. I absolutely do not believe in it as a lifestyle. That's not for me. But I for like a year or so, I was doing a lot of trips where I was intentionally going to try different vegan foods because other things that I was trying wasn't good, and that place specifically has really good food, like really
That's what I
really good
hear.
food.
Her food is good.
And when she first opened, I think the first time I had it was like 2021. Either, yeah, I think it was like sometime around 2021 because she has several different locations in the Atlanta area, and the one I went to was in Jonesboro. And when I tell you, people literally was camped out waiting for the spot to open, like on a Saturday, bright and early in the morning. Like my best friend was like, "Come on, girl, we finna go to this spot." And I'm just like, "Bitch, why are why are we getting up at the crack of dawn?" It really wasn't crack of dawn, but like early in the morning to go to this spot, and it's literally cars and lines of people, and like they have this kind of like what to call it, culture about them, right? So like when you're standing in line, they kind of like cheer you on and stuff, and like people like they have like little entertainment or whatever to hype you up about getting to order the food for the first time. If you're there for the first time, they kind of like make that a thing. They got little jingles that they say while you're ordering certain things, and yeah, it's a full experience if you get to go to it, get to experience it at a physical location. Their food trucks are also really good too. Um, they just generally don't have their full menu if you go to a food truck.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and then I hear that when you walk in, like the workers be like, "Hey, slut," and stuff like that. I'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
girl, hey."
listen, if
Right
you
up
if
your alley.
when you go for the first time, I forget what they say. I forgot what they told me. Like I think I recorded it. I have to see if I have still have the clip of it. But they call you something when you go in there and it's your first time. They be like, "Oh, we have a virgin or something." And I'm like, relax, relax. Let me just get this jerk sandwich to go, please, with a little plantain, a little sauce, and some fries to go. Thank you. And I think they do drinks too. They do slushies, and some of them they do alcoholic. Like they have the option to do alcoholic ones too. So yeah.
Nice.
Hey, happy. Welcome back, Ashley. Well, we'll try out the slutty vegan one day.
We sure will. And for those of you just coming in, so we were talking about Sherry's Real Good Time giveaway, especially you, Marcia. They're giving away a trip. So you can win you a free trip home. So you click on
Mm-hmm.
slide number 2 and then put
Jamaica.
in the word of the day for the Real Good Time giveaway. And the word of the
Cabana.
day is cabana.
And then who you choosing in the group? Who coming?
Quinn.
Me.
Trying to secure her spot. Girl. It's a trip for four, though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Who coming?
You're
Me.
not
Let
going.
us know.
You're not going. You're not going.
I, I Jamaica. If I wanted to go to Jamaica, I would have been at Jamaica. Jamaica's not high up on my list. I want to go upon my serious yard when she goes, but she delayed her trip. Hey girl.
All right. Well, that was all the Sherry I had. So now it's time for some tea, honey.
Tea time.
Yes. So y'all remember the last thing I mentioned about Diddy was that his lawyers wrote a letter to the judge saying that they don't have a fair advantage because they feel like information is being leaked to the press from the prosecutors. So this actually prompted the judge to respond. And I'm about to share a link. So this is from the New York Post. And the judge actually issued a warning. So it says here, Manhattan federal judge Arun Subramanian issued an order late Friday warning federal prosecutors and other law enforcement officials working on the case to follow existing laws, barring them from releasing any grand jury information or other non public information that could impact a fair trial. And it says, and we quote, those remarks, if made by an agent involved in the investigation or prosecution of this case, are plainly improper. To be clear, this order isn't based on a finding that there has been any wrongdoing thus far, as the court has made no findings in this juncture relating to Diddy's allegations that information related to the case has been leaked. The point of this order is to help ensure that nothing happens from now on that would interfere with a fair trial. The court will take appropriate action for any violation of the rules, he added. So yeah,
Well, I think the lawyer that's in here in Texas should shut the hell up. But every time some people come forward, I mean, these are people that are going to be involved in his case. I don't think he should be broadcasting that because it may be, you know, creating prejudice against Diddy. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but I think he should stop reporting that. But that's
I
just me.
agree. It kind of reminds me of Lizzo's case where when we first heard about it, like she was being accused of sexual misconduct with some of her former dancers, with two of her
Hmm.
former dancers, and they sued. But when the lawyer plus the two girls went on TMZ to talk about it, I'm like, now I never been to law school, but even I know that this is not it's not
Appropriate.
a good thing for their case.
Right. It wasn't.
So hey, we'll see more that come out. Y'all know I'm gonna keep y'all updated on the latest Diddy news.
And
Like
speaking
this
of,
one, this
we didn't even
mhm,
hear any more about Lizzo's case. Like, I guess they shut that up because is it still going on? I mean, it wasn't resolved as far as I know.
it was, and I was still looking. I haven't seen any updates about it. I think it's still on because I didn't see any settlements or
Nothing.
anything.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you good, girl. And then so the next thing, well, this isn't really Diddy news, quote unquote. It's more Diddy's name was just mentioned. So as y'all know, they actually just had a documentary about Chris Brown and his
Yeah,
his history of abuse.
I watched it.
N- And I actually did not get a chance to watch, but according to US Weekly, I just shared this. So Diddy's name was actually mentioned more than once in this documentary.
Yep.
So the first time that was mentioned because after him and the Rihanna incident, Diddy was one of his supporters that pretty much supported him out loud and everything. And then another one, it says in another part of the film, Diddy's name was mentioned again when a Jane Doe claimed that Brown raped her. In the alleged victim's lawsuit, the unnamed woman recalled meeting Brown at a party on Diddy's yacht in Florida. And then 4 years after the alleged incident documented in the film, Diddy was indicted on the charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking by force, fraud and coercion, so on, so on. So yeah, but so you did watch it, chill, and what did you think about it?
Hmm. Excuse me. It gave me some insight into. I wasn't really so in, immersed in what happened between him and Rihanna. So to hear it sort of spelled out in the documentary, what went down between them, he beat her ass pretty good. So
Yeah,
um, and then the woman who said she was assaulted and raped by him apparently was handed one of those infamous drinks and couldn't really respond. She was saying no, but physically she could not defend herself. And that's when she said she was raped by Chris Brown. Um, the other woman, she wasn't assaulted. She was invited to a party. She went to his concert. And, of course, I guess they picked good looking girls out of the crowd. She was Brazilian. And she went to the party and they say no phones, right? So she saw, who did she see? Diddy, or it must have been Diddy. She whips out her phone because they didn't take it from her. She just put it in her pants pocket and was trying to take a picture, and she was thrown out. Apparently, she was punched in the face first and then thrown out of the party. So she was suing for being assaulted. But it's like, girl, they told you no
Oh,
pictures, but people want to. She said he was acting weird. I guess maybe he was under the influence or something, and she wanted to show it, to the internet. Yeah, and got punched in the face for whipping out her camera. She never got the picture. They snatched her up before she got it. So yeah, but
well, I'm definitely gonna check out this documentary because I imagine it's on HBO Max now with because they have like content from ID on there.
yeah, yeah. And then they talked about Karuchi, but actually my cousin called at that time and was telling me all what I said, so I couldn't really concentrate on that part. But we know a lot more about what happened between him and Karuchi. How he beat her and so forth. That was way after Rihanna. So yeah, yeah, they went over all those things.
Oh, yep, and happy she put watch party in the comments, girl. I'm down, honey. We can do us a cute little watch party on right here on Chat Mosa. Okay, okay.
Yeah. But who didn't know these things? And he's still a famous star. I mean, people pack his concerts, guys defend him. And this is not something related to just Chris Brown. This was about the little leprechaun who shot Megan. They keep saying free him and free Dirk and free all the murderers. Free all the criminals because we like their music.
Mm-hmm.
This is just something that's happening between men and women. They don't care what the guy did. They don't care what their friends do. They may know their
Exactly.
friends beat women and rape women, and then they go out, drinking and playing golf and whatever guys do when they hang out. They know that their friends are doing these things. They don't care.
Yep. And the last piece of Diddy news I have. So again, this is another like not directly Diddy, but Diddy adjacent. And I'm sharing a link here from CT Post. Well, it doesn't look like it has a preview, but y'all can still copy and paste the link if you want to see it. But the prison that Diddy is being held at, they're actually under investigation.
Yeah, I
So it
didn't take
says,
a look at it.
yep, it says the investigators from the Bureau of Prisons, the Justice Department's Inspector General Office, and other law enforcement agency descending on the the detention center in Brooklyn. The Bureau of Prisons said in a statement to the Associated Press. The law enforcement operation was designed to achieve our shared goal of maintaining a safe environment for both our employees and the incarcerated individuals housed at MDC Brooklyn. Uh, Prison officials declined to provide specific details about the operation that happened this morning, but the jail has faced increasing scrutiny over bad conditions, rampant violence, and multiple deaths. And there has been a push by the Justice Department and Bureau of Prisons to fix problems and hold the perpetrators accountable. So, yeah.
So now that they have a high-profile prisoner, they want to make sure they get control because apparently
Hmm.
he lost control.
Yep, and remember they have two high-profile people up in there so far, Diddy and Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yep.
Yep.
But why is
So
this is like the city jail? Why isn't he in prison?
I don't.
Because once you get convicted, you leave the jail and go to prison. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to protect him. I'm not sure why he would still be there. He's been convicted and sentenced.
Yep.
Hmm. Okay.
So I'm gonna keep watch on it. Y'all know I'm gonna update you on any new DDT, honey, that comes out. So now y'all remember how we were watching about the Murdoch murders on as a family.
Yes.
So it comes out. So someone actually bought his home, and I'm sharing an article from the New York Post. So a man named Alexander Blair, he actually bought the house that's in Islandton, South Carolina. He bought it back in February of this year for a total of $1 million when it was on auction. And he told Realtor.com on Friday that because y'all remember how like they convicted him with saying with that FaceTime call and stuff, and said that he killed them both like in the dog kennel and
Right.
stuff like that. So it said on Friday, he told them on Friday that the kennel was included, and despite having torn the structure down, it's kept its door and windows that contain bullet holes from the June of 2021 shooting. Now, having evaluated the evidence for himself, Mr. Alexander Blair suggested that Murdaugh was too big to have fired the deadly shots. And he says, and I quote, Murdaugh is a big man. He was even bigger back then, and he's too big for the bullets to have gone through in the way that they did, he told the outlet. Blair pointed out that Murdaugh was no saint, but he doesn't think Murdaugh did it. Maybe it was karma for the other things he did, but I don't think he killed him.
Is he some kind of ballistics expert, or is
He
just his opinion what he thinks?
That's just his opinion of what he thinks. He is nobody's ballistics
Okay.
mm-mm. And
Okay.
he told this to realtor.com. Like, what is realtor.com gonna do?
Right. Never mind.
It's the
Moving
caucasity
along.
audacity.
Nothing to see here.
Exactly,
I'm
Will.
sorry,
The
Will.
caucasity.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Will?
I said it was the caucasity audacity. That's what it is.
Okay.
Very vets.
Oh my gosh. The nerve. I'm sure the court's
And
gonna uh, call him right back.
mm-hmm. And Chia, you remember how you mentioned Lil Durk earlier?
Yes.
So we saw that he just got arrested for and remember the reason he was arrested because they found evidence that he orchestrated the murder for hire plot
Mm-hmm.
on Quando Rado's cousin,
Mm-hmm.
um Lil, what was the guy's name? Lil Pab. Lil
Well,
Pab.
that's not
So he
who they were aiming for. That's who got killed.
yes. So believe it or not, Quando Rondo, he actually released a statement about all this. And
Oh,
his statement was actually not what you think it would be. So I'm sharing his Instagram post and I'm going to read what he says. Will said, "Who?" Yes, Quando Rondo. And he says, because he's actually promoting his new single, Life Goes On. And what he said in the post, he said, "We didn't get into this music industry just to stay caught up in the street shit. We all have families and communities counting on us. It's time to leave all of that behind. We've already lost so much, and it's heavy on my heart to forgive anyone I had issues with in the past. It's all love from me, praying for everyone." And then he put in quotes, "Life goes on."
okay, Quando.
Come on now, Quando Ron. Hello, though. Whatever his name is.
He said a bar for sure.
Yeah, because he said the right motherfucking thing.
That's some bullshit. He's
Hmm.
trying to sell some shit. Link in bio. Get the
And
fuck
that's fine. And that's
out.
fine.
Mm-mm,
But
mm-mm.
at the same time, there's gonna be somebody who's gonna read this and actually believe that he meant what he said. And that's cool.
I
Those
Mm.
are
mean,
the
that,
kind of message that's the kind of messaging we need to be putting out into the universe and out into our communities, because there's really people out here who still pretending to want to live a street life. You're dumb. You're dumb. You done made all this money. You done gained all this influence. You done
mm,
got whatever you got. And you still out here talking about something. I'm finna shoot you. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. Baby, no. You're dumb. Let's be clear. You are stupid. You are not very smart.
Now,
Yep.
I
So,
love what he said. I really do, but I'm one of the people I don't believe a single word of it. And what I
and
think he put this out there because I think he's being watched because people expecting him to retaliate.
And he want them damn streams. He ain't slick. It's very
Hmm.
listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about somebody trying to get $1. But again, on face value, and it's not just it is in and honestly, it's not just about our community, to be honest, because a lot of times where they getting these streams from, it's people that don't even look like us. Chad and Paul and Tom and Michael them down the street over here. Oh my God, that's my favorite. Whoever thinking they can live the life in their head. But those are the people who are actually streaming and buying, paying significant money
constant.
for their stuff.
Yeah.
But for the little underdeveloped peoples who are visually seeing this happen and hearing through the grapevine and on social media, and who may not pick up on the fact because they don't have adult minds that this is a marketing scheme, or disingenuine in any way. I hope they receive it for the message and get the value for what the message is without picking up on the fact that this may or may not be a marketing ploy, because it's true. If you are in the industry and you got in the industry after leaving whatever type of life you left that wasn't good, why would you continue to put yourself and whoever else is associated to you in harm's way? You're dumb. You are not smart.
Maybe he needs it. He want to go, look over their shoulders for the rest of their life. He's trying to make it in music and make money, and maybe he does mean it. Like let's come on now.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
How you
prayers
say his
for
name?
everyone involved.
Quando Ron.
Yep, Quando
I don't know.
Rondo.
I don't
Where
know
he
anything.
from? Where he from?
I want to say Atlanta. I can do a quick Google search.
Not Atlanta. Atlanta. I could do that too. Hold on. Let me see when
There's somebody out
he
there
the fun.
shooting
What he
dogs.
look like? Why no? Why I feel like he look funny? Oh no,
Okay,
this
so
not
he's
this
actually from Savannah, Georgia.
close enough. This not who I thought he was. I don't know why I thought he was somebody else completely.
Oh, and it
Um,
looks like he's an Aries. His birthday is the same day as my dad's, March
yeah,
23rd.
yeah, no, same as my ex. Okay.
I'm sorry, Queen.
Oh no, so that ex I actually like that ex right there. That's my guy. Shout out to them March 23rd born people.
Hey. So now our next story is it looks like iPhone 16 is being banned in Indonesia.
The
Why?
battery blowing up.
Nope.
Oh,
So
AI.
nope, not even it's because Apple failed to keep a promise. So it says
Ooh,
Indonesian authorities have officially banned iPhone 16 handsets in the country. Even handsets imported from abroad are deemed illegal after a disagreement over Apple's investment promises for Indonesia. Apple originally pledged to invest around 109 million in Indonesia, but has only invested the amount of 95 million so far. The ban also
standing
includes
on
the
mother,
Apple Watch. It also
What
includes the Apple Watch 10 series.
they
standing
standing on
on
10
motherfucking
million?
business,
10 million?
standing on big business.
Come on now. I thought you were gonna say like 5 million or something. Not 95 million versus 106 million. Come on, man.
They said they want
Listen,
all their
They want
money.
all
everything.
and listen, I'm not mad at them because here
Uh,
you are. You come to our country, you get over. You come to our country, you exploit us, you get over. I'm gonna need everything that you say you finna give me. I'll need it up front. I'm not mad at it.
okay, well
Make
you
them
don't
dollars
live
make
in
sense.
Indonesia. I just find that just a little
Until you do right
strange.
by me, everything.
How many cups of coffee have you had today, ma'am? Cause you was
I,
on one today.
listen, because I've had, oh Jesus Lord, I've had a day. You hear me? A day already. A day.
Oh, it's just what 12 o'clock.
Well, yeah, it is 12 o'clock. But yeah, but no. I stand by Indonesia. Yeah, ban everything iPhone, ban everything
Take
Apple
a poll,
product until they
Auntie.
give you their money, because they can go anywhere else, set whatever price they want for a phone, and somebody's gonna fucking buy it just because it's Apple.
Take a
So
poll,
if you
Auntie. See
I'm
who's
doing
saying
it
for
right now
Indonesia, under except other than Quinn.
to ban Apple iPhone.
are we doing a poll?
Uh
Hmm.
huh.
Well, I stand with Indonesia.
We know where you are.
Listen, because right is right and wrong is wrong, and they wrong as hell.
Yeah, put that poll up. Let's see who agrees.
And anybody that don't believe that, don't ever borrow some money or don't ever let nobody borrow no money from you or promise you nothing, and they don't give it to you, and you be upset about it. You better not. I don't want to hear it.
Yep. So, do you agree with Indonesia's decision to ban Apple's iPhone 16 and Apple Watch Series 10? and then put your answer, then hit submit response on the bottom right.
Ding ding ding. I like the little.
I know, ain't it cute?
Who said no? I just want to talk.
Come outside. We ain't gonna jump you.
I'm not gonna jump you. I just want to know why. Why do you? Why?
Because I think
I
95
just.
million
I
is
just.
good. It's a good amount. I don't think it necessarily undermines the promise that they made. Maybe the investment that they made only required that 95 million and not 106 million.
So then, so from my purview, right? If you if you're gonna do business, because Apple is a big business, they not no little tinny any witsy thing, right? If you're gonna do business with somebody and then you're not going to fulfill your side of the investment promise, et cetera, or whatever, then you come back to the table and you renegotiate and you come back to terms. Don't say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna just let this slide and hope they don't catch me," and
But do we
then be
know?
mad
We,
at.
we don't know what the investment was. What was the requirement of the investment? What was the investment in? Was the a total um, object achieved? Was did they leave it short because they didn't make 106 million? Was it incomplete? It's a lot of things that we just don't know about it. So I just can't say I agree without knowing details about what actually went down.
I do agree with that. Their details should be made public, but just off the face of it, I don't care if you owe me 2 cents, baby. Apple, you owe me 2 cents. I'm gonna need that 2 cents. Thank you.
And Happy, she put in the chat. I said no because the consumer has to because now the consumer has to suffer bringing in their iPhones, and Julie Roberts won't be able to eat, pray, and love.
Oh Lord Jesus, God forbid. Now that's just it's good. It's so what they're gonna do, high key, is just gonna make an avenue for black market sellers. That's it. Black market sellers gonna be out there hustling, bustling, making a pretty penny off of it
And what
with
about
their
all the
illegal phones.
existing, phones and watches that are already there? I mean, it's not just coming out today, yesterday. It's been out a minute. So, some
Hmm.
people already have them. I mean, I think I just don't agree. But anyway,
Well, thank y'all for y'all input. And it looks like so the room, most of the room agrees with the yes one. Most of the group room agrees with Indonesia's decision to ban Apple iPhone and the watch.
come
All
out
right.
now.
Well, the next story I have for y'all. So, are y'all familiar with Vicky Gunvalson from? I know Happy is from the Real Housewives of Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
No,
So
Unfortunately.
Vicky.
she's actually
I have a
Glad
question.
they
Can
kept
what?
her.
you
Say it again, baby.
can you put a picture of Vicky How you say her name?
Vicky
Gunvalson.
Gunvalson, and I sure will. We actually gonna watch a clip that she has because she's actually slamming Bravo at the
Oh,
moment.
okay. 'Cause she has a very interesting name.
She nutty as hell.
It sounds like it.
So I just shared a article for People from People Magazine, and she said Vicky she actually learned of her mother's death while she was on being filmed on camera. So and we're gonna watch about a minute clip. I'm gonna share my screen in a second. 1 second. Right now, an ad is playing, but we're gonna watch this ad and then see what she has to say about it. I know people got to pay their bills.
At Shannon's, and my brother, my sister, my daughter, my son, everybody was trying to call me and the phone was not working. So they called production. Brianna had been calling. And they kept telling her, well, she's filming right now, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I need to talk to my mom right now. And they're like, okay, we're going to have her call you from Shannon's wrapping paper room. They had set up the room with lights and cameramen. And I'm like, what's going on? I was really upset that production knew for an hour and they didn't tell me. they were out of line. And I think they should have taken me aside and said, "Your mom has passed. Talk to your daughter off camera." If I was a producer, that's what I would have done. Let me scream and cry on my own and be mad. It was very, very traumatic. I will never forgive Bravo for that.
Dark Side of Reality, new episode Tuesday at 9 on Vice.
Wow.
So yeah, she said that will never forgive Bravo for that. They knew about her mom's passing. Her daughter kept trying to call her, but couldn't reach her because she was in the middle of filming. And not to excuse Bravo, but ma'am, you're on a reality show. You know production is going to want that on camera. You know that. That's what you get paid to
Um,
do.
but they set up a whole camera. They waited an hour. They knew for an hour. No, no,
Yeah.
Auntie. No. I could understand maybe talking about it on the show afterwards, but to set up a camera crew to film her reaction upon learning and holding that information for an hour just to do that, and no. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Will.
it's very much in poor taste, but we know reality TV is in poor taste. So.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna say, Auntie. Like we all know that reality TV is exploitive as hell, and they're gonna do every entertainment and the media in general, especially now that I don't want to diverge too much from the conversation, but with current events, what have you, they will do absolutely anything in their power to get the most ratings as possible or to get the most buzz as possible, and they see these reality stars as props more than human beings, which is wildly unfortunate. However, I'm not surprised at all that they decided to do that, just to have a moment on camera so that they can boost the ratings for their show.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we even see how disposable they believe these people are to be, no matter how influential or how much they help support and build the brand, be it the network or the show itself. Look at Nene Leakes. So it's unfortunate that it happened. I didn't have a reaction to what she was saying because I wasn't surprised. I was actually expecting that, and that's really unfortunate that this day and age have to be desensitized from the bullshit that comes from reality TV producers.
But
Yeah.
I think also too to add on to that is a lot of like reality TV. One is not new. It's been around for decades, but also two, going in right. A lot of the time. Well, most I'm assuming most of these people who are signing up for these things know that the producers, the writers, whoever, whatever team is associated to the show, is not looking out for their best interest based off of what we've seen historically from reality TV outside of a very few shows at the beginning when reality TV was truly quote unquote reality TV. But if it were me personally, I would be doing my due diligence as a member of a cast to make sure that there's explicit writing within my contract with whatever negotiation I'm making to say, hey, I understand that you're trying to make your dollar and I'm trying to make my dollar, but there's certain things that's going to be off limits, and there's certain things that need to be cut and renegotiated before I even agree to do some shit like that, right? In my opinion,
You ain't gonna be on
because
the show, obviously.
for for me
With those
personally,
requests.
for me personally, like, I'm sorry, like, I would have. There's no way like that would have been okay, and me continue to do the show and then come back and say, "Oh well, I'll never forgive them." Like, no, or go on somebody else's shit. Oh, I'll never forgive them. No. Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Quinn, and that would make logical sense in any other scenario. Well, based upon what I've researched and what I've come to know and learn about these environments, they don't have that type of control. They're
Mm-mm.
essentially independent contractors, and they could be erased at the drop of a dime. Back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, look at what they did with the legendary Kenya. She didn't want her then marriage publicized in that manner, and she made it known that she didn't want that part of her life shown at that time of her life. And they decided, you know what, we're going to sit you down for a season or two until you get your act together. And she didn't want the cameras around when she was pregnant for the majority of her pregnancy. And Bravo said, you know what? We're gonna sit you down. So in any other scenario, that would make sense, but they really don't have that much power, and it's very unfortunate. I wish more people would know that.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, too, again, you know where. Well, I would say some people know what they're getting into, but then that's also you making a choice, right? So for me personally, I'm a very private person. That wouldn't be a job I would be getting to trying to get anyway. But if I know that I'm going to be stern about a hard line, right? I don't want you filming me during my pregnancy, or I don't want my marriage to be publicized or manipulated for your entertainment to show to make money off of. I know I'm gonna play hardball and say, hey, that's not on the table. They're gonna say, okay, well, we're not gonna work with you.
Well, yeah,
And
you
I
just
and I'm gonna have to eat that. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to eat that. And that's I think they don't have enough people who are saying those things, right? Who are saying, hey, I'm not with the shits, because I guarantee you, if they had more people saying, hey, these things are off the table, then where would they pull their people from? They would eventually have to come together and figure out a way to be able to get what they want and also provide some kind of boundary for those who are participating.
Yeah, and Happy, she made some really good points in the chat. She says, once money comes in, how you let it go when you never had that money before. This is the reality of reality TV. And she
Exactly.
says, reality TV is like having third-party agencies to control your social media. Then she said to think all those dating game shows were from starving actors. Yeah, and it happens to kind of pivot a little bit, but they actually this brought me to I saw a movie over the weekend after watching that Tyler Perry show on Netflix. But I also saw Anna Kendrick made her directorial debut in her movie The Woman of the Hour, where it's a true story about a serial killer who appeared on the dating game show. And Anna
mm,
Kendrick, she played a real life person who was a starving actor who went on a dating game and she came in contact with that person. I was reading a real story, but because I wanted to know more about it. But first of all, let me just say the movie wasn't that good.
Women of the Hour is, I think, the name of it. I barely watched it, but
It
Women
was
of the
not
Hour.
good at all. I'm happy for Anna Kendrick and her directorial debut, but that movie was so boring. That was like the longest 90 minutes I have ever had in my life. Ooh,
I
honey.
Alcala. I remember that he was featured on the ID channel. They
Oh,
showed
ooh.
that. They showed that about him that he was on the dating game. He was pretending to be a photographer and looking for models, and everybody in wherever the hell he was, what California, whatever, wants to be a model, actress slash superstar, whatever. And he'd offer to take their pictures and then take them to a secluded location and murder them.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah, I remember his story. I never watched that movie, but I did watch the
Oh,
ID.
the movie just came out on Friday. So
Oh, it just came out. Oh well, I won't need to watch it because I already said it. What you think? So, and I know the story. So yeah,
that I
yeah.
wanted to do a watch party of that writer of Grey's Anatomy or something who lied about it. So, oh yeah, I remember that lady. Hmm. And I have two more stories left. And I think y'all probably have seen this already. This is page 6, so I imagine I'm gonna have to share my screen.
Okay.
But Nick Cannon is still talking about Mariah. Now, how long have they been divorced?
Oh years.
Child, too long for him to keep talking about her, especially after having that whole slew of kids. That I mean, I'm telling, it's giving the pregnancy pyramid scheme. But it says Nick Cannon gets real about insecurities he felt being married to Alpha Mariah Carey.
Hmm.
So Nick Cannon is no longer Mariah's man, but he's looking back on their time together. You see, the actor described the insecurities he felt during their marriage from 2008 to 2016 on the most popular reality TV show. He said, I got married in my 20s to the biggest star in the world. calling Mariah's fame a different stratosphere from his own, and he was definitely right about that. It says Nick Cannon is oh shoot, and it's stupid.
You
I was
know,
about to
they
read
add
the
to
same
snatching
thing
your
again.
voice.
I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man? Is this what my life is about to be like? The diaper bag about this family. Just they usually not like he's still talking about Mariah. He's talking about like you remember I said, oh y'all can't hear me?
We hear you now. Can you?
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. But that's pretty much that on that. That's he still talk about her and to talk about how insecure. I mean, I'm kind of glad. It like part of me is glad he's saying it because maybe that'll inspire other men about their insecurities and stuff. But it's just like, bruh, you Nick Cannon be getting on my damn nerve.
Why you so obsessed with me when everybody knows? That's probably what started this his whole little trend of trying to have a tribe of children. Low
And I don't
key.
understand men like that. Like, yes, if you a father to a child, there's a chance that you may have to hold a diaper bag. There's a chance you may have to hold a purse if y'all out. Like, come on now, what's really good?
Twins. On top of that, like
Right.
two babies or
But
something.
here's the problem. But here's the problem also is that clearly you didn't know who you was dealing with when you just thought it was a game. Because if you knew, you knew. If you know Mariah, you knew. So be fucking for real.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not to excuse Nick Cannon because it's gonna sound like it, but he was in his 20s, and even back then we was kind of said like, "Oh, Mariah, girl, what you doing with that young boy like that?" But I imagine if I got married in my 20s, like because the person would definitely be an ex now, and they probably would have a lot to say about me. So I don't know. Eh, I don't know. This is why I stay out of straight people business because it's all confusing.
What's that song from that one Disney movie? The Ice Girls? Hmm.
Yeah,
Elsa,
about to
Let It
say,
Oh,
Go.
let it go.
Yeah.
maybe he didn't want to be. She didn't want to be married to someone in her stratosphere. Obviously, she had to know. I mean, he wasn't as big a star as she was. Maybe that was what she wanted, and he was too insecure to appreciate it. But like you say, he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
And to be
He
fair, there's
gets
not many people.
Even now, he's still not in her stratosphere. Like he'll never be. So
I'm sorry, what were you saying,
no
Will?
shade, no tea. But
I was saying to your point.
you're famous for having children, sir.
Can y'all hear
Quinn,
me?
can you hear? I
Wow.
hear you. Can you hear anybody talking, Quinn?
Uh
I
oh.
don't
I
think
don't
she's
think so.
saying.
Quinn, can you hear us? I don't think she hears us.
Mm-mm.
No, I was just gonna say, like to your point, Chill. There are very few men that are in Mariah's stratosphere. So so from those slim pickings, I'm pretty sure she did. She chose what the best option was at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right, right. And I mean, he wasn't even close, though. I mean, there are people more famous than him. I'm sure that she could have married if she wanted. If she wanted to.
Way more famous than him. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, so that I think she chose that on purpose. But
Yeah, I
you
think both of
know,
y'all right. And the last story, last piece of tea I have to share. So, Bruce Springsteen is getting a biopic, and guess who's playing him?
oh,
Jeremy Allen White.
Well, that's nice.
And they just released the first look at how the biopic is gonna be called "Deliver Me from Nowhere." And you know what? I hate to be mean, but I think this is the ugliest white man I have seen in quite some time. Like he looks like a bug. Like his eyes and his face, it's scary almost. I'm sorry, Jeremy, but
It
well, Bruce
well,
Springsteen ain't no damn rock Hudson. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will.
now
no,
now wait a minute now. Bruce Spring he was a looker back in his day.
Look,
Anyway,
look,
well,
look at the other way, Auntie. Look at the other way. Anyway, so there's plenty of Jeremys out in this area, so I see them all the time. Like, if anything, as we know, white mediocrity in all aspects is going to be praised and exalted to the nth degree, knowing damn well that on a normal scale they wouldn't even compare to others who have way more in terms of what they're trying to offer. So big yawn, not surprised.
Oh yeah, I had to go look up who these people was. You know, I don't know these people's names. I knew who Springsteen is. I because he's a musician. But this other person, you said a whole big name, and I was like, who the hell is that? I just have a question. Are they gonna make him wear brown contacts?
I would hope so.
Yeah, because otherwise,
Oh, go ahead,
I
Will.
don't see it.
I was gonna say, but on a the silver lining of it all is that Bruce Springsteen is a terrible singer, so Jeremy doesn't have to do too much practice or
oh,
method acting when it comes to that part of the film. So good for him. Save his vocals.
put your knife away, Will.
He
This
sure
is
do be doing
this
all
is
that
also the
hollering.
this is also the guy from the Bear, right? The Bear guy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That the show I still haven't watched. I don't think I'm. He 33. Good God Almighty.
But
Oh
yeah, but
Lord.
I actually do think Bruce Springsteen was like he was attractive back in his day. Now he looks like Tilda Swinton nowadays, but back in his day, he was a little girl.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
The other way, Auntie, the other
Mm-mm.
way.
Let me go try to find some young pictures. But this boy right here, the one that's playing him.
Don't believe it, Quinn.
Ooh.
Don't believe it.
I mean, you know, hey, listen, it take a lot for me to be like, yeah. And if it's not an immediate yes, likely a no. Yeah.
And I just want to correct something I had said on an earlier show when Rock Hudson was on one of those TV shows in prime time when he had AIDS. He was on
Mm-hmm.
Dynasty, not Dynasty.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Dynasty was the original. The,
The original Dynasty or the remake?
the original.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing it for Bruce either. Sorry.
Thank you. I told you. Don't believe it.
This is Sherry's Easter dress all over again.
In the
Is
word,
it?
in the word of Deborah Cox, and I quote, "No, no, 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 no."
Okay.
No. Oh.
That part.
Yeah, it's a hard no.
Well,
Uh-uh.
I guess Auntie's gonna watch the biopic. Yeah.
I might, yeah,
Hmm.
cause I
Mm,
mean I'm familiar with him and his music, so yeah.
okay.
Let us know, you know.
Well, I know some of his music too, but
But just let us know.
I
Hmm.
sure will. Well, y'all, that was all of the tea that I had today. So I always like to ask, did y'all have any tea that you wanted to share or any news that I might have missed?
I just need to. I really need clarification on the show schedule because one of the days I came here looking for y'all, and there wasn't no show, and then I forgot, and then I came back and there was no show, and so I just really need clarification on that. And did y'all talk about the actual milk that actually is fine? The lady, what's her name? Damn, what's her name? From oh, what's her name? British lady. What is her
Oh,
name?
Hannah
What's the
Waddington.
show? Soccer show.
Hannah Waddington from
Can y'all hear
Ted
me?
Lasso.
Oh, y'all can't hear me. Hold on, wait. Let me refresh.
Yeah, Auntie, I would like to have clarity on the schedule as well.
mm-mm. We be hearing you, Quinn, but you don't be hearing us. That's the problem.
Yeah, so the schedule, Quinn, that's gonna be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays up until next week. So after the election, that's when we'll get back to our regular schedule. But yeah, right up until then, because I'm doing some outside work to canvas, so had to cut the shows for just 3 times a week. But after next week, up until this I think this week will be the last week that
Yeah, before the election.
yep. And I think the lady you were talking about, Quinn, was Hannah Waddington from Ted Lasso.
Nah,
Yeah,
she's still
she is a bad girl. That's a bad lady, honey.
she's having issues. Go ahead, Will.
No, I was going to bring up like something that I brought up last week as well. So some of you have may know that there was an arson at a post office here in Phoenix, Arizona, and some of the ballots were charred. There were only 20, but it happened again, but in a more um, blue state. It was in Washington, and hundreds of ballots were essentially burned. So all that to say that Orange Diaper Man and his crew is not playing fair. So if anyone in the room or anyone that's listening has not voted yet, I highly suggest going in person to do so, because we now know what they're capable of because they're running scared at this point. So
Yeah,
in order to make your vote count, whichever way that you do vote, just make sure you do it in a way that's going to make sure it counts. So do it in person if you can.
or take it into the post office. Don't put it in one of those drop boxes. That's what they're
Yes.
about.
I will also add too, from a Florida standpoint, you can track if you're not voting in person, you can track your voting status, the status of your ballot, all of those things from start to finish. They do that have that as an option. So
Yeah.
like if you see it get stagnant anywhere, you're able to call and ask questions.
Hmm. You can follow your ballot. I think everywhere. If you vote by mail.
Yep.
Yeah.
And y'all, the last piece of news I have will be Apple just released their latest software update this morning, and this new update includes the Apple Intelligence. So I haven't had a chance to play around with it yet, but I'm excited about it.
See, I'm not. And that's what I want, the 16 phone, just because I want the new charger. But I don't want all this other stuff because, baby, no. Y'all already been talking and listening to us and feeding our data to your shit so your shit can know us already. I don't need no more. It's the devil, as some old folks can say. It's the devil.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Ashley has requested the mic at the end of
Hi,
this,
Ashley.
as per her norm. Hey, Ashley.
Get in,
Hi.
Ashley. Hi,
Good
Ashley.
day. Good day. Once I come in the room, I press the thing and it takes me a minute for it to connect. So I'm over here waiting to say, hey, hey, y'all. This has been an amazing show. Thank you for keeping me informed and up to date. You know, the tea was hot. But
Thank you, boo.
I was waiting for Quinn to finish her thought because she said she was talking about this person, but I did not hear who she was talking about, and
Oh, I put it in the
she
chat. She was
reset.
talking about Hannah Waddingham.
I thought she was talking about a. Oh, is that okay? Wait, hold on. Let me go find out who that is.
Yeah, shit, that's a bad girl, honey. For
Listen,
real.
The girl
Hannah
on the red
Waddington.
carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hannah. Listen, Miss Mama's been Miss Mama and since Miss Mama and was a Miss Mama. Okay, she is firmly she be firmly a white woman that is aging with grace and is gonna give you somebody. Okay,
That was what
I'm
I
with it.
noticed the most. It was just nice to see someone who was like clearly um enjoying life at the stage that they're at instead of like trying to turn back the clock or it seems like so much of that happens in Hollywood, people trying to be younger or appear younger than they are, and she was just
But
very on
also to
purpose
the
about
way
being
her
herself.
the way that her genetics is set up. Yeah, she don't even need it, to be honest. So her genetics said, "Bitch, you thought I'm a bad bitch today, a bad bitch tomorrow, I'm a bad bitch forever."
I bet she has some African American in her background.
Well, that will
I
explain why she's
mean,
aging gracefully.
listen, I'm not mad at her. Again, not mad at her. A bad bitch yesterday, a bad bitch today, a bad bitch tomorrow. Go ahead,
Someone
girl.
said I've never seen someone so moisturized
Yeah, she's got
that look like her. Like, oh
And she a
yeah.
Brit too. And she a Brit too. And she got a little piece of color. Listen, they can tell me anything at this point.
But I
She look-
certainly enjoyed y'all. So any more? Oh, I'm sorry, Will. I think I cut you off.
That's okay. Sorry, I was going to say she looks like Bridget Nielsen.
a
Yeah,
little bit.
come on,
Y'all be
Brigitte.
listen, y'all be naming these people names and I do not be knowing these people's
Oh,
names.
no,
Oh,
babe.
no, you
Brigitte was.
don't
You remember?
know. Come on now.
You remember? I'm sure you remember Brigitte quick because she was. I know you remember Flavor Flav, the Strange Love series that they had. That
And he
white lady
married
with the.
her. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
girl, how you not
So
know
what
who
how
that
you
is?
what's her name? Brigitte
Brigitte
Brigitte,
Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Brigitte.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah, yup, that's exactly what it's giving. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, wait. What is why did hold on? What is this? What is it? What is this? What is Google do? Jesus. Oh, this is Google Shopping. Why am I on Google Shopping? What this motherfucker
And
side.
She
she
had
indeed
too
has
much
has
coffee.
has a bit of diaspora in her. Brigitte does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brigitte had all
Oh,
the
see,
girls
but
cutting their hair short and going blonde, honey. Like she was that girl.
okay, I see her. I see her. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm thinking Miss Waddington got her a little piece.
We just say she, similar. That's all.
Yeah, they probably besties. It's an American version. Is she American?
Yeah.
Oh, Brigitte.
Yeah. Oh no,
Well,
she's
no, she's
Danish.
not
Was
American, but she's been here.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
yeah,
Swedish
she's
or
Dan.
something like that. Danish,
It
Hmm.
something.
says yeah, it says something about her being Danish. Okay.
Yeah,
But you know the Danish people, they're different. They're different types. Some of them are really good people who age well, decently, and then some of them just not the best. But shout out to them dumb people. Shout out to them. She was on Flavor Flav.
Yes, girl.
they had a whole
She was
show
competing
with.
for his love.
No,
No,
Oh,
they had their own
oh
show.
Jesus.
Brigitte
Yep,
and
the show was
Flavor.
called Strange Love, and so Flavor
Hmm.
Love didn't come until after he broke up with her.
She dated him.
Girl, yes,
Hmm.
honey, because they met on when they were both on the Surreal Life.
I'm so confusion. Oh Lord.
Yep, they met on the
But
Surreal Life, and then they broke off and had their own show called Strange Love, and they was together for a little minute.
They were. Didn't they call
it's
each other
so fun.
husband and wife or something like that? I don't know
It's
if they were
very
Now that I don't
interesting.
married.
remember.
It's very interesting that that y'all even bring up Flavor Flav in this conversation because I definitely saw something earlier today about a content creator who basically was like, we need to see the girls that was fighting or like competing for Flavor Flav's love. Like we need to see him in their sight. Like we need to see the vision that they saw because we didn't see the same vision. And I too need to understand.
Well,
No,
Quinn,
he.
Clearly, he has a good heart. Well, I'm just gonna say that.
a plug.
I mean, he big on no lie.
So the thing is, like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Oliver Twixt. He has a YouTube channel, and so during the pandemic, he was doing a lot of interviews from the contestants on a lot of those shows. And
Mhm.
so you get a lot of those insights when you kind of view those interviews. So they're up there for sure if you want to engage with those.
You said Alfred Twix,
Yeah, I'll put it in the
like
chat.
candy. Yeah, thank you. It's getting ASMR. Thank you.
Ooh, I enjoyed y'all today, honey. Like, so do anybody have any more tea they wanted to share? Well, thank y'all for sipping tea with me. We're gonna be back Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for shut up, Will. And thank you for everybody again to the listeners who weren't able to listen live, but they're listening now. You are appreciated as well. So thank you. And thank y'all for listening to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea. And y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Auntie. Ciao,
Mwah.
everyone.